What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The Podfather Nate here from the Journey into Comics podcast, the flagship show of the Journey into Comics Network. I just want to make sure you guys know you can tune in every single Monday for a brand new episode of our show, where if it's comic book related, we've got you covered.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
I'm a dude who likes brews. It's time for Brews with Dudes. Juicy.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Brews with Dudes. I'm your host, Nick Maxon, looking at 4 delicious-looking bombers full of delicious beer. I'm sure. I don't know, though, because we haven't tasted them yet. That's all going to change in the next minute. Okay, so we're not drinking all 4 in the next minute. We're not going to do it like that.
Fucking chug off right now. Chug.
Okay.
We each get one bottle.
Yeah, okay.
We're getting fucked up!
Yeah, in the name of heritage. So I'm sitting here with Austin, Brett, and Dr. Dongo.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
We are preparing to go see Solo, a Star Wars movie, or Star Wars story.
Star Wars story.
Yeah.
Whatever. Another attempt at the prequels. We're going to see what we can do.
A George Lucas-less prequel.
Yes. Hopefully we'll have some more Vader. That would be cool. But I've heard nothing about it. I don't think we heard anything about it before.
We didn't. We honestly didn't.
So there could be good things. But before we get into deep Star Wars speculation, let's dive deep into one of these beers. This is a special episode.
Super special.
This is the weekend, or the week after we went to Dark Lord Day at Three Floyds. So we are going to not only drink this year's Dark Lord, but we're going to drink all 3 variants that we picked up. So we're going to be very, very lit. I've talked about that infamous episode where Dr. Donga is going to hate every single beer. This could be it.
This could be it.
The excitement is real over here.
It might be.
So
I actually neglected to tell Creed what I was doing. I just came home, showered, and left because I knew he'd be like, "Oh, I want to go," and I'm like, "Well, we're drinking shit you don't like," and then he'd just sit over here and complain.
That's true. That's true. We haven't had Creed sit on the couch and complain in a while.
Instead, you got me on a mic complaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's a lot more fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I'm not going to
I
complain.
don't know if I'd say that.
I got a
All right.
wily dick over here.
So we've got Austin over there. He's wielding his weapon that we're going to use to crack open this cold one. So I think you should get
I'm
to
ready.
it.
I'm
We're
so
2 minutes
ready.
in and we haven't. There's no beer in my mouth.
Yeah.
Just get to it.
The eyes don't fail me now.
It's a Natty Ice bottle opener.
Yes.
Natty Ice, don't fail me now.
I've never seen Natty Ice in a bottle.
It's a
that was a thing.
free Natty Ice bottle opener I got from a.
You know, they might not have bottles, but they got to cover their ground. All right.
Because I make, whenever I go to a liquor store, and if I haven't been there in a while, or if it's one I haven't been to before, I'll question the person behind the counter and be like, "Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any like free giveaway stuff, promo stuff that you've gotten from your distributors?" Because distributors tend to drop a ton of just loot into liquor stores, and they'll just be giving it all away.
Just go easy on me and I'll be all right. That's perfect for me.
Wow. So I get a full cup. So I'm going to get lit off the first one.
All right, so maybe knock some off of that cup.
That's quite a bit, but
I'm perfectly fine with my taste.
yeah.
That looks much better. All right, let's get into these.
Yeah, let's not waste any time. This is the 2018
Dark Lord.
regular Dark Lord.
And if you're unfamiliar with what the Dark Lord is, it is a Russian. Wow.
Brett's
Everyone's
feeling it.
It is a
Give me the
Russian
smell.
style imperial stout.
I took a smell and it sent
You're
shivers down
drunk
my
already.
spine. Yeah,
You
oh,
are fucked
man.
up. Go home.
All right, here we go, boys.
Cheers.
Yee.
Oh, that is smooth and delicious.
It's pretty sweet, but it's
That is really
Oh,
sweet.
man.
That was surprising.
it is an ass whooper though. That end.
I'm
near the end,
getting that a bourbony.
It's really creamy though.
Yes.
That
super
is-
creamy. It's
I like
like
this.
Yeah,
I like this.
It's what's for dessert.
Looks like
Oh no, I've been sampling these light, crispy, like, some kind of fruity, some kind of, just mellow, hoppy ales and IPAs and whatever. And what's for dessert?
a tribute to the Dark Lord.
A tribute to the Dark Lord.
Well, Nick, it
I
looks like
am
you failed
so
again.
Surprised.
I like this. This isn't bad.
I was expecting more beat me down in the face.
Yeah,
But it's pretty sweet.
I think that's gonna be the tequila.
I gotta say, I don't know about my other companions here drinking with me, but I've had Dark Lord before. I want to say I had the 2013 variant.
I had the 2017.
I had a 2015 in 2017, so it had some aging on it.
There was a guy at 450 North the day Tyler and I went with you guys.
I think I'm having deja vu.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that.
I did it for you because it's been a while since I've been on here.
No, it has been.
It's been a while since I've been on here with you.
It's been a while since
We
I've
had a
been
streak,
on an
and
episode.
things happened.
I don't think anybody's gonna break our streak.
I feel like it's been a while since we've done an episode. We piled them up real good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you piled them up real
blasted
good, and
through
you
a
gave
bunch
them
of
all to
them.
me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I was like, I'm not really sure what's here.
there you go, pal.
There should be this and that, and the rest are just.
Yeah,
randoms.
the last couple we gave them, we were actually talking about, we should really start doing the whole pictures and doing a little snippet about what the fuck this episode is. So we
did it
come
for
back and
1 week.
ask.
We did it for 1 week and then blew it.
Andrew Poor of the Poor Report, he's and now Adulting Ain't Easy. He started binge listening to Brews with Dudes.
Oh, and he made me think of a new idea. He said, I can't imagine how much it cost, like, for all the beers you guys have drank.
Lots.
And then I was like, I wonder what it would be like if we not got every single beer, but like ate like our favorite beer from each episode, and then had a special episode where we went back and drank one of those beers.
Oh man.
This is whatever's this weekend is 31, so 30 beers in one episode.
It's gonna be a long
I of
day.
course I was
Wow.
cracking jokes like,
That
holy
would
shit,
be-
you just binged like 15 episodes of Brews with Dudes, because he's at that point he said that he was halfway through,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you are an alcoholic, you have a problem. just listening to us
Right.
drink. And but he also mentioned, I was like, what? He's like, have you guys written them down? I'm like, why weren't you?
Right,
You could
You
easily
just
be
went
a
through this.
statistician. Come on.
I think on the Facebook page I've got the first 7 or 8 episodes listed with all the guests and all the beers, and then I just
Faltered.
Well, we started like doing like
Drink.
2-3 episodes a week. Oh, hey, this beer just came out. Oh, hey, we just picked up
Right.
this. Oh, hey, we're just making another grab at this.
Then we had a streak of a couple weeks where maybe it wasn't maybe it wasn't every week, but every other week were just 450 beers, because we would go and get their special
yeah.
releases, and we would
We're
have
doing one tomorrow.
we had at least three episodes that were just
450 North
full
Brews with
450.
Dudes.
Yeah.
Now that's podcastrophe now, because we just drink 450 every week.
This beer is dangerous. How creamy and easy
It's
it
so
goes
good.
down. It's so rich almost.
Yeah, that's
I don't
good.
know, I'm really liking it. I did try the chemtrail variation while we were at Dark Lord Day, because they had that one on tap, and it was like fucking $10 for a 4-ounce pour. Yeah, so, and of course I didn't know that before I bought 2 of them. I was like, can I get one of those? She's like, just one? And I'm like, no. She brought over 2, walked over you. I was like, here you go, Nick, have one. But it was mighty tasty. I'm not sure if you remember that part of the night.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
I did get pretty drunk.
There's one moment in the car.
He goes, I remember Austin was going to go mosh to Dying Fetus,
And then I remember now.
and then I remember now.
So there's at least
Almost
a good
20.
hour and a half, 2 hours that I was just blacked out.
Just gone.
It was kind of funny
Were you on
watching
the
you
floor?
walk back to the car, honestly. You were kind of like tripping over your feet, like your top half of your body would walk a little faster than your feet. Were
Right.
No,
going.
like we
You
kept
did
you.
not fall. You
But it
did
was
not
great
fall.
because it was Brett and I on either side of you, and you just kind of lightly would nudge one way and then the other, and we just kind of had this light. Just
So you guys were the bumpers.
Yeah,
you
we-
guys were the
Oh, yeah.
bumpers.
Oh, yeah.
if we were bumper bowling, we were his bumpers, and he was that rolling ball.
We needed
That-
one of us.
You were the small child just
it took
rolling the
two, but it's
ball and
okay.
it was slowly going to the pens.
That's
I would say.
that's what bros are for.
Oh yeah, I would say we. How many beers do you think we tried? Probably 30 to
Oh, yeah.
40 different awesome beers.
There was near 10,000 people, and you were just walking around. You were allowed to bring beer in.
Yeah,
So people were just trading
Every-
beer. And
every
everyone was drinking
person-
their own beers.
we didn't even
Yeah.
think about it. We
We
should have
got-
just taken a cooler for each of us.
Yeah, totally.
But I mean,
Yeah.
we had enough for what we needed. But yeah, you just walk around, and even outside the gate, there was a tent where someone had brought
There were 20 or 30 beers on that table.
20.
No, there's
30
more than
beers.
that. I
There
want to
was-
say there's at least 60 beers either hanging from the edge or on the table.
Yeah, I thought the ones on the thing were empty.
They were empty, but
Yeah.
that was
That's what they were
including
doing, right.
everything. There was
So they just I don't know who brought them all, but they were just like, "Hey guys, you need beer. You have empty cups. Get beer." And I mean, they had a bottle of Dark Lord on there. They had, what did I try? It was the VSOD of the Revolution.
Oh, I had what was it? It was a Imperial Cream Ale.
Yeah, yeah.
It was amazing.
And they were
It was
just
so
and
good.
I'd never heard of an imperial cream ale
Me
until
neither. That's
then,
why
and
I
I'm
was
like, wow.
I'm drinking that.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like I was like the whole time I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this, and then like,
and then 15
10
beers deep.
10 samples in, probably, a full beer's worth of like just ass kickers, and I'm like, I don't remember any of that. So I started trying to make a point to take pictures, and I got like 3 pictures of beers I had.
I just,
It
man,
sounds-
I didn't take any pictures, but
Sounds like
It
you
was
guys were in
just-
the
it was-
promised land.
it was, oh my, it
Like,
was beautiful.
If
It was
beer
amazing.
holds a very true part of your heart and liver,
Yeah,
this was heaven.
I felt right at home.
yeah, me too.
You made it.
For my people.
Yeah, yeah, because
I did it.
You made
we
sure.
went the entire day until about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock before we ever even bought ourselves a beer.
Right.
So we were all drinking and had a great time and bought like 3 beers total.
I never bought a beer. The whole time I never bought
I
a
thought
beer.
you bought one.
No, I never bought a
thought you
beer, and I got fucking smashed.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
And Brett bought me that one beer.
That variant,
And I,
yeah.
And I blacked out without buying one single beer. It was
I believe the term is shit plowed.
Yeah. The only thing I bought is that I bought a meal for Brett because he was our driver, and we wanted to
Thank
make
you
sure
again.
he had food in his belly and was good
Yes.
to go. And then I bought a 3 Floyds cup, which is actually a little larger than a pint, because I took one of my
I think I got a pint.
16 ounces from my BrewLink, the new BrewLink,
Double O's.
the Golden Double O,
Golden Double
and I
O's,
pulled
yeah.
that in. I poured it in, and I had still like an inch to the top of my glass, still ready to go. So I'm like,
I like oversized.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this
So
is.
you can pour with head.
beautiful.
Get the entire
Yeah.
bottle in there or can in there.
And then I bought a pair of sunglasses because my body has been accumulating mass more than
Cultivating mass.
I had expected, and nothing they had there was in the size that I know can fit me.
Nick and I got these sweet Dickies shirts.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Oh, yeah, I
happen
saw
to be
those.
wearing mine.
I see that.
I
I saw
fucking
that.
love it. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm
love it.
seeing that.
They only
They
had,
had these-
I got a T-shirt from there, and they only had it in small, but I got it anyways.
They had
Show off
these
them pecs.
really badass
And this beer gut you guys have developed for me.
We're all there.
those tracksuit jackets were badass. They're red with
Oh,
like
yeah.
white,
Oh, yeah,
and it was like all trimmed up. I think Nick got one.
No,
No, I
we
wanted
looked
to.
at them.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh.
$70 freaking dollars.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy it, but I saw the you grabbed an extra large and it looked like it was gonna fit you just enough. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's no way that was gonna fit me. And I was like, do you have anything larger than that? They're like, no, sorry, extra large is the last one we have that's that size. Everything else is smaller. I'm like, fuck.
They were cool, but I could not.
Yeah.
I almost spent $70 on it, and
Yeah, I was gonna drop 70 if I could get one that fit me because it was so
I
cool.
loved them. But
Like, it had
this
it had
work shirt
that,
a lot.
you know, what you would expect from the 3 Floyd image on the back, and then it had like,
it's like the Japanese style writing and everything, and it said 3 Floyds. But yeah, it was really cool.
yeah, I got one selfie with Nick and myself right before we walked in to pick up our Dark Lord, and we're all like grinning like fools. Yeah. And I came back and looked at it later, and I'm like, we're already drunk. This is at like fucking 1:30 in the afternoon because we were in Group C.
We got there right when our line started.
And
it didn't stop moving. They moved hundreds of people through those lines.
Yeah.
Just
walk in,
just moving.
Walk in, get a bag.
We thought we were like way back behind the line because it like snaked back
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards. It was huge.
And then we're like, oh man, we're gonna be in line forever. This sucks. And then it just took off. We never stopped.
Less than 45 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You had like
I had to wait.
You had like 40 yards of porta potties that you'd hit, and Nick took off to piss real quick, and I was like, all right, I'll stay here and keep our spot. And he had to run up and catch me before we got back through the winding again, so I couldn't go. So I had to wait till the next opportunity to go. And then when I went, I had to hurry up and catch up to him before we walked in.
They've got a system figured out.
Yeah,
they need some work.
That system was
on the whole damn thing, but maybe just more space. That's crazy because they took up several city blocks.
Damn, it was at least a block and a half.
So it was like, but still, there's so many people.
It wasn't too crowded.
I feel like more information signs
getting in the lines
being posted would have helped.
Terrible. The lines, there were hundreds of people in every line.
Yeah.
It was only later on in the evening when a lot of people were watching bands and stuff that made it a little easier to get in the lines.
Yeah. I don't know. I still really enjoyed myself, and I can't wait for next year.
Oh, yeah.
I had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
I'll eventually make my pilgrimage.
It's
you should
awesome.
make a solid try at it next year with us.
We'll see where my finances are, and I might.
Is Dark Lord still the #1 beer in the world? I know it's won the award a couple times.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who gave them that distinction. But yeah, it usually is very, very, very high on most people's lists as best beer of the year. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
This one was much sweeter than I thought it would be.
I think letting them age.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have multiples at home, Brett and I. And
so I got 3 bottles. I had to give one away to old boy we bought the ticket from, but that's all right. Yep.
It was a deal.
To make sure I didn't have to pay $300 for a fucking ticket.
Yeah. Hey, you're going to get this ticket at almost face value instead of paying almost double, but just give me one of your 4 Dark Lord bottles. Deal.
So we made the offer.
Yeah.
We made the offer.
Yeah, we made the offer, and he's like, he just snatched it up.
He had said, because I stood in line with him to get my beer in Group D, and he said, he's like, I had 15 people hit me up in an instant, and he's like, you guys offered me a better deal than they could have. Like, they just said they'll give me money. He's like, I'm getting an extra bottle.
Yeah,
so,
I'd seen enough people say that, so that's just why I offered it up front. I'm like, that's the best deal. And I saw a couple people do it, where it's like, you know, if you got a ticket, I'll give you a bottle. And I'm like, well, if that's the way it fucking works, then I guess that's how it works. And it's a good thing I said it, because someone else would have got it real quick.
Yeah.
Mr. Clint, wherever you are, if you're listening to this, thank you. He even hung out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Beforehand, he got his beer and bounced.
Yeah, he did. He said he was getting back to a bachelor party in Indy. So
he had a big, long drive ahead of him.
Yeah, yep.
I did not meet him because I was actually we were walking back. We were walking back to meet up with Mr. Clint, and Brett goes, "Oh fuck, I don't think I locked the car."
I hadn't.
And he hadn't. So he gives me his key fob, and I was like, "Well, I'll just run back because Nick has his phone number, and Brett needs the ticket." So I'm like, "Well, I'm just kind of a third wheel right now. I'll just go back and do that." On my way back, there's these guys that were like kept giving me watermelon slices that were just delicious. So they gave me a bunch more watermelon. They busted out this fruit ale that I drank with them that was really good. So I busted out a can of Citra Nuggets and Platinum Nuggets for them to drink with me, and hung out with those guys for a minute before I came back to the festivities.
So I think we're about to move on to the next bottle. Which one do you say we're doing next?
We were
Space Force.
This is the vanilla, cocoa, and coffee.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is Dark Lord aged in Pinot des Charnets barrels. I can't fucking read that.
What
Can
is it?
somebody else try it?
Pinot de Charentes barrels.
Pinot de Charentes.
You just gotta do it, man.
Just go for it.
Die for it.
Let it roll off.
So it's aged in those barrels with vanilla, cocoa nibs, and coffee.
The other variations we have are awesome too. While Austin's opening this, we got the marshmallow hangy. That's Nick's variant.
Bourbon barrel aged Dark Lord with vanilla beans.
That one's going to be our dessert beer. And I've got the Lounge Against the Macro Machine, which is their play at a Rage Against the Machine reference. And it's Dark Lord aged in tequila barrels with Mekong, cinnamon, cocoa nibs. Yeah.
Damn, that sounds good. That sounds just delicious.
What is that? Giallo peppers and tangerine peel. Holy shit, that's a lot.
That sounds like it's going to be a good fucking middle
yeah.
between these two.
Oh, yeah.
And this Natty Ice bottle opener is fucking a champ.
Shout out, plug. Natty Ice for life.
So if you're looking for a solid bottle opener to go on your keychain, get that Natty Ice.
Brews with Dudes is not sponsored by Natural Ice. But we should be.
I wish they would.
Gotta start reaching out.
The Brews with Dudes, the only beer podcast where Natty Ice and Dark Lord is mentioned in the same episode.
I feel like if you did that,
Exclusively.
though, you'd have
God,
to be...
this smells so good. Just pouring it.
You don't go wild on my cup. I got the tall boy. I was powering through
Give
it.
Dick a little more this time, since he actually enjoyed the last
Give him a
one.
little more dick this time.
Give Dick
Still,
a little more is what
just
I
a
said.
little more, not much.
Thank you.
I would like to be able to drive to the theater.
Oh, I'm gonna drive to the theater. It doesn't fucking matter.
It's only a short walk.
Short walk, yeah.
We'll
We'll
be
calm down.
we'll be drunk, so we can walk faster.
All right. Let's give this one a sniff. Ooh,
Wow.
goodness.
I told
Oh,
you that.
man.
That
It's got the
scent
coffee in it. It's
is
got the
just-
coffee in it.
The
Hell
first
yeah.
thing I smelled, and then I got like a hint of the vanilla.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This tastes like roasted coffee.
Oh man.
Oh my
shit.
god, that tastes like a roasted vanilla coffee.
Oh my goodness.
I got cherry right away. I got
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the cherry in
I
it
got
too
a
from
cherry
the coffee beans.
flavor.
I definitely got the cherry.
Oh my god.
That was so good. I don't
Oh.
know.
I'm so glad
After that one,
I'm so glad these don't
Oh,
taste anywhere
man.
near the same.
Oh,
you can suck a dick.
I will suck a dick. I'll suck your dick, all teeth.
that is
It's so good.
cocoa-y.
I don't get much chocolate personally. I get
I got-
coffee and cherry.
I definitely got the coffee and cherry.
Coffee and cherry.
Give yourself a little
need
bit
another- I
larger
need
sip
another-
and let it sit around
Oh,
your tongue for a
I
while.
switched it around a little bit. I made sure of that.
I want you to bend that beer over 6 different ways. That's what we need to do.
Oh my god.
So that
Reference I made that got Brett to tell me off. We were having the discussion today that he brought up that we should split these up. Just do the normal Dark Lord today and then do the variants on 3 different episodes afterwards. And I'm like, well,
A reasonable idea.
That is not a terrible idea. That is quite reasonable.
We're trying to
But
be
I'm like,
alcoholics.
I was thinking, well, we're having the Dark Lord, and we have these variants, and a lot of people are like, probably thinking, man, why are you just drinking your variants like that? Age them.
So let's just drink all of the variants at once.
I was like, well,
How do you like us now?
We are so asinine.
counterpoint to that, they are barrel aged. They are already
They're already-
pre-aged for us. And two, when you have a possibly most delicious beer that you might not have again, you fucking drink it.
Well, yeah, which we would. It's not like
We would,
wouldn't drink
but,
it.
but I was just thinking, man, Dark Lord Day was great. We're going to be talking about these on this episode because we're going to be drinking Dark Lord. Might as well just drink them and enjoy them.
And we're drinking them.
We sure are.
We're doing it.
And so far,
And then
Totally
it's going to
different
make
beer.
Oh,
an
yeah.
extra special episode because it's going to be like pure Dark Lord Day, pure
Oh, yeah.
all its absolute specialness of what it is. So we can relive that day with all of these at once while that day is still fresh in our memories.
that's
Dick,
fresh
you
as
like
it
this
can
one?
be.
Yeah.
You do like this one?
It's
Yeah.
not bad. I still like the first one better.
You like it a little better?
Yeah. But I'm not
I'm really
a coffee
enjoying
guy.
this one.
I don't-
Yeah, okay.
I don't like
That
coffee
makes
normally.
sense.
I drink like a pot of coffee a day, so
You
this
don't-
is
you
like
don't like dark
me.
beer very much. You don't like coffee. So
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. But I
am
did enjoy
loving
the
this.
first one definitely.
I am loving this. It's not as sweet.
It's very
Definitely.
roasty. It's very-
Yeah.
I think the
It's-
cherry is what threw it off for me.
well, that's
Which I
I
love
believe
cherry.
that's what the barrel is. It's like
okay.
That's true. I'm sure we could look that up.
and we might be able to get our I don't even remember that word.
R&D department.
There it is. R&D department to look it up.
Yeah, that word.
He's on vacation.
He is on vacation.
He hasn't gave a fuck in a while.
I'm starting to like this guy.
Yeah, he's okay.
I like that we're all like chilled back, relaxed.
I
Right
had
this.
to. I
These don't have
absolutely.
percent-
Nick's about to pull his ponytail down. Plus his locks cascade around the back of the couch.
You know how to paint a picture.
What
Dude,
did I
Bob
hear
Ross
the
is my
other
shit.
night? After they barrel age it, they can't really do a percentage.
Right.
It's because I think you figure that out by the absolute gravity, correct? Is how you figure out the alcoholic percentage.
Yeah, plays. Yeah.
So I mean, once it starts absorbing that bourbon into the beer itself, it'll change it. I mean, I'm sure you could guesstimate, but
I think technically they have to give a percentage to the alcohol tobacco firearm commission.
does
But
it
you
say
can
on
just
the actual?
You can just approximate it. I
Right.
bet if you went to Untapped, they would have an approximate percentage.
Oh, to add to these, this one we're drinking, they all have like a certain amount of the batch in which they made, a certain amount of bottles they poured. This bottle is 375 out of 720.
Pretty rare.
So it's up there on the rarities of us getting this. So which makes it even better that it's so good.
Oh yeah. I am really, really digging this one.
Yeah.
I'm glad I wore my comfy pants.
ABV kicked ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ass thoroughly. whooped.
IBUs,
Yes.
delicious.
Lots.
Lots. IBUs, smooth, yet satisfying.
Yeah, I like this variation a lot. Like I said, we had the chemtrail. That's the one they had on tap still, and it was really sweet too.
That one's getting all the crap on the forums.
Oh yeah, a ton of people were like, "Man, it's the easiest one to get." Whoa,
Like, yeah,
who cares?
You know what else is easy to get? The actual Dark Lord, and
Yeah.
it's still good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people still pay over face value for it
Right. These
I mean,
are
yeah.
$40 bombers.
At our cost for going,
at our cost for going, which is
$200
so it's
to get in.
So it's your ticket price, and just using that puts it at a $40 value. But there's also like travel expenses and everything too.
Oh yeah,
Right, oh,
yep.
yeah.
So
And not only that,
there's people coming from all over the United States. Some people are probably coming from overseas and other countries to come get this.
Not
so
only that, but
you can put a price tag up to $100 on one of these bottles.
you've
I
got
got offered what, $140 for
140
one
for
of
my
his- one of his bottles.
my variation. And my thing with denying it, I was like, first offer, like he said $100, and I was like, he's like, all right, 140, I won't go higher. I'm like, nah, it didn't pay for my ticket completely, and I'd much rather drink it.
Yeah.
But one reason the price will go up is because you have people like us who drink half of their stock, and then they want more. So
Or they just take it and drink it, so the people that couldn't get there that want it have even less to reach for.
right.
Yeah. There are tons of people just popped them open right then.
So anybody listening that went there and actually has one of these, you're welcome. We just made yours more expensive.
All right. There's a couple less variants out there after today.
There are no longer. There's now 719 for sure. Space Forces out there after this, because this one
Gone.
it's in our bellies.
I'm gonna piss this
It's going there kind of slowly.
This empty bottle
We
is.
are a half an hour in, and we're still working on the second beer. That's how you know how much of an ass kicker these are.
Yeah.
This,
Because yes, it's delicious as fuck, but it is a sipper.
Oh, absolutely.
oh,
I
Mr.
couldn't chug this if I wanted.
Got to say, Mr. Zach Davidson came in real nice and quiet and became the new guy on the couch,
He's
and
new couch guy. Give us a shout.
Couch guy.
I'm the guy on the couch now.
and then
He's
Doctor,
finished Dongo's beer.
and he's
I
giving
wanted
a
him to have a
mighty
taste, you know?
thumbs up for it. So
Oh yeah.
Zach
it
probably
is.
needs to go find himself a little sampler cup so he can get in on this now.
he wore the white shorts, and it was the right call.
Yeah. It was.
Everything will blend nicely.
Are you gonna give Dongo's beer back, or are you just gonna leave it over there?
I'll get it, no worries.
I thought you were.
Wow.
I was
No,
okay
he's
with
giving
sharing-
he's
just
giving you
sharing
a
mine.
sip.
I was okay just sharing because
What an asshole! Just expecting him to give him the full
Yeah.
cup.
Sharing is caring, Zach. Sharing is
I
caring.
thought Dongo was getting rid of his full cup.
I thought that was what he was doing too, but hey.
I thought it was for a tasting.
Typical Doc. Zach is also joining us tonight for Solo, a Star Wars story.
Shall we all tip him a little bit of ours to help?
Nah.
Nah. Not after a stunt like that. Agreed.
Dongo's not gonna. If Dongo isn't, he's not drinking the rest of that. I don't think. Unless-
Oh, look, there he goes.
Go.
Gone.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Gone.
Oh, yeah. That's
what
for
a, what a,
expecting him to give you the full cup.
It's not often you get to just tell Nick to fuck off, and Dongo's like, "Oh, here's a chance."
Nope. There we go.
I might not enjoy
don't
this
even
very
have to
much,
say
but
it.
it's
All I got to
going
do.
down the hatch.
Time to be a man.
All he had to do is open his throat and swallow. And
Suddenly, hair popped up on
There you go,
Dongo's
Zach.
chest.
There you go, Zach.
Hey, be careful. He might actually drink it.
oh no, yeah.
Austin spits in it first.
Oh, I'm gonna
sure
spit in
Austin
everything.
will spit
That
in it.
little tiny bit was like,
suck that off your jeans and you dropped it on the.
Don't fucking tempt me. Don't you tempt me.
Not the nastiest thing he sucked off.
You thought a Tide pen could clean a stain? Wait till I get on it.
Wow.
That went off the rails real quick.
Yeah. You can tell that we're starting to feel this alcohol a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I like the laughter helps push a high out, you know? Like being drunk, you get some good laughter and you're like, oh man, I'm drunk. It was hot
Yeah.
in there for a sec.
Laughing still kind of hurts
I'm a little
to me because
yeah, you're
that-
bruised up.
Yeah, I'm heavily
yeah, holy
bruised
crap.
up.
I haven't seen you much.
Yeah, you haven't seen me since we
No.
came home.
Well, I
So
saw you at North End the other day, but it was low lighting.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm.
man, you got rocked in the arm there. Those
I-
bands were pretty good though.
But you know how I
Honestly.
kept telling you they kept hitting me, and my right arm was going numb, but I kept going back.
Were
Yeah.
you there? Did I see you there?
At Dark Lord Day?
Oh no, I was thinking North
Oh.
End.
No,
But
I
no.
came in shortly after
Okay.
the bands ended. I got
Oh
off
man,
at
I was like,
10:30.
were you there the whole time? I was there the whole
No,
time.
no.
I didn't see you.
I'm still having
I feel like an ass.
pains in my chest, like taking really deep breaths hurts because I got rocked in the chest
Yeah.
several good times.
Yeah,
like
right
I
before-
lost
right
my
before I,
wind like
pulled you out.
3 different times, and like the third time I got caught right in the middle of the chest, and I had to like step back, and that's when Brett's like, "Hey, dude, you ready to go?" Like he didn't see it, and I'm just like, just holding my breath, just
Yep.
yeah. And then he's
was-
like, "You all right, dude?"
yeah.
I was like, lost my breath there for a second, getting it back.
I wanted to watch more of Dying Fetus, but I was ready to hit the road back.
But yeah, and we
It
also
was-
agreed that we're gonna watch like 3-4 songs and then get out, and that was probably a good time for me to get out because I was still pretty fucking lit, feeling really good, and not feeling the effects of just going as hard as I can, nonstop in that pit for the most of Pig Destroyer, and then the big going really super hard at
One dude in front
Dying
of me.
Fetus.
One dude in front of me was standing there, and he fell down face first, like he was on his knees, hands behind his back, and his face was in the gravel. Okay, and then some dude running around the pit falls on top of his head, on top of his head. Okay, like right on his fucking ass to head, dude. And his forehead is just buried in the gravel. And so he stands up, and he's got a fucking gash on his forehead, and he's just got blood running down his face. And I'm standing here, I'm like, are you okay, dude? And he's just like, yeah. And he like keeps stumbling. I grabbed onto his shirt, and I'm just holding this guy, like trying to make sure he's not going to fall again. I'm like, let's go sit down. He's like, fuck you. And I'm like, okay.
I did find
literally pulled your bloody face out of the dirt.
I did find a good amount of blood on my chest at one point, and then I was like, oh shit, am I bleeding? And then somebody goes, oh no, dude, that ain't your blood, that was his blood. You hit him pretty good. I'm like,
No, that guy was fucked up, man.
There were a lot of people like that. Again, I was one of them.
You composed yourself really well. You composed yourself really well. I don't even think you fell asleep on the ride home.
I was just kind
of just out of it.
Eyes up high, just kind of taking it in. Then we got back to town and still hung out. We burned some couches, you know. Still drank some more beer.
we doom roomed it up pretty good when we got back.
We did. We did.
There's nothing like getting drunk and burning. Sure.
It's just coffee.
We're moving on to the third beer.
And as
lounge against the macro machine.
Mr. Brett is going to be so kind and rinse our glasses, I'm going to take a swig or two of this water I got to help cleanse my palate.
You know, I texted you about Solo Saturday, and like an hour after I texted you, I realized it's Dark Lord Day. I'm not going to get any response back.
I don't remember seeing that until today when I was looking at our text messages, and I'm like, huh, I totally don't remember him asking about that.
I was like, any plans for Solo? Like, Tyler's going to be out of town. I need to see it this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I always go see Star Wars opening night. Always.
But I knew immediately. I'm like, I'm going to see him Tuesday. I'll just ask him then.
I'll see him. We'll get there.
I am pretty excited. I'm one of those people
too.
that, like, you know, I'm going to like pretty much every Star Wars movie that ever comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just probably going to be that way. I'm almost there with Marvel movies, even the ones that's like, I don't particularly give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
It's still worth watching.
Yes, of course.
But I've actually liked every single Star Wars movie. It's not, we're not to the point with them where it's like, that was a bad movie, but I still like it.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet. A lot of people feel that way about the prequels, and I still just defend the prequels. I enjoy the prequels. I see the arguments about how.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Maybe, I mean, sure.
We watched. I still like them because I was a kid when I watched them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, we were kids when those movies came out in theaters, so that just like we enjoyed those. We didn't understand the stupid shit that was in them because we were kids and we were the target audience.
Yeah.
So
and honestly, I would still defend Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Merit. Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
I hate it. You know, I didn't even like that movie when I was a kid. Because it was boring. It was all politics and not.
It was a love story.
It was a love story and politics story.
See that shit.
And
the Phantom Menace has my favorite scene in any Star Wars ever. And of course, it's Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul.
With Duel of the Fates just fucking rocking in the background.
You know what?
Scene.
My favorite lightsaber battle was? Well, it's one of my tied favorites. Besides, other than that one, leaving that one out, is the General Grievous Obi-Wan fight.
That was pretty good.
That you see like for all of 2 seconds.
Well,
that final battle and Phantom blows everything else out of the water.
I don't know the Anakin Obi-Wan fight.
If that's a perfect 10, then the next closest is a 7 because that's just
Anakin Obi-Wan. All the way.
You guys haven't smelled this
Revenge
yet.
of the Sith.
Oh, it smells great.
Oh my God.
Let's get mouth deep in this. Ready, boys?
Here we go.
Ooh.
Cheers, couch guy.
Cheers.
Yep.
Oh fuck yes.
Man.
Oh my lord!
Oh my
That's so delicious.
God.
What is this?
This is Lounge Against the Macro Machine. It is tequila barrel aged with Mekong cinnamon.
That's what
it.
they.
Yes, no.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, no, it is. It's
It's like cinnamon toast crunch. That's what I got.
That's
Mekong,
what I got. It's
Oh,
Mekong cinnamon, cocoa nibs.
Kids can't see why cinnamon crunch is
And-
so good. I can see.
Because we have developed eyes.
Willow peppers, some type of peppers.
We're good at things.
I do have a brand new pair of contacts in.
Willow peppers, whatever peppers those are, and tangerine peel.
oh my goodness.
And that was the other one, the tangerine peel. I
Yeah.
get that.
I definitely got the cocoa cinnamon right away.
Mhm.
Definitely got the cocoa.
That's what I'm
cinnamon.
picking up mostly.
I'm not getting much of the tequila barrel, but
Which I'm okay
That's going to give more of the the
about right.
the smoothness of it
This is
from the
smoothest
agave.
one, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yes.
This is amazing.
It's that agave just puts like this real smoothness on it.
I was
That's
gonna
how,
say.
like with really good tequila, it's
like
really
that.
smooth and it's just very tasty. You don't get that like tequila kick like you get from fucking taking
man, it's that cinnamon.
like fucking
though.
taking Patron shots. And
Literally,
bullshit.
the only thing I like about this one is just how smooth it is.
That cinnamon is
not
what
a-
makes it for me.
I'm not a fan of the flavor.
I kind of get a little bit of the orangey from the tangerine peel, but I think that's just I think-
Burping it up, I taste the tangerine.
okay,
That's where I'm
alright.
getting that.
I have not burped yet. Maybe I should try.
Yep, there it is.
It's like, let's test this.
Need to take another drink before I could burp. Maybe need to get a big old gulp.
This might be my favorite so far. This is delicious.
Super fucking smooth.
Ooh, swishing it around and kind of making it kind of foamy in my mouth. I got the orange a lot.
Foamy.
Kind of releases all the flavors.
Wow.
My God, I like this one.
We're gonna be very lit when we
I
get
hope
to
so.
the movie.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to remember the name of the movie you and I went to where
Annihilation.
Annihilation. Oh, yes! Oh, that movie was so good. We got so wasted right before we went in.
16-ounce beers.
You guys got annihilated before you watched Annihilation.
Yes, we did.
Think about that.
Oh, good one, Couch Guy. Good one.
If you couldn't hear Couch Guy, he said you got annihilated before watching Annihilation.
Yes, we did, and that was a good movie. We had some
it was the
first round of the cookies and cream nuggets,
Yeah.
and we got one of those, and then we got.
We brought beers in. We had zombie dust.
Yeah, we. So we had a couple of the 450 tall boys. We had like cookies and cream, and we had another one,
I forgot about
and we
that.
slammed those. And then
That was
we
one
had,
of those nights where you just didn't give a fuck.
yeah, and then we snuck a 6-pack of zombie dust in there, and we fucking slammed through those before the movie was half over.
It's like taking the flask to see Star Wars in IMAX.
Oh,
IMAX.
Yeah.
Oh
We have
yeah.
my flask
Oh,
of Knob
we
Creek.
spent $60 on 3.
Oh my God,
Oh my god, those drinks were cool though.
They were very good.
they were.
And then having those glow stick lightsaber fights during the movie was good.
we pissed people
The
off.
people
that movie.
around us were so mad, but I didn't care. And I'm like, you didn't come here for your first time, did you?
And if
Because
you
you done
never-
fucked up.
Listeners, if you've never gone to a movie wasted,
Just wasted.
just do it. It is
Yeah.
so
Just
much
do
fun.
it.
It's worth potentially getting kicked out.
Well, don't go see a movie opening night.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
what we're
hold
getting
on.
ready
Yeah,
to
we're gonna do that.
But right,
This is-
but
this is
we're Star
preview
Wars
night.
fans.
Yeah.
We're pre-gaming hard, and we're going to be excited about it. And it's opening night for Star Wars.
So we're gonna shut the fuck
So
up.
we're gonna shut the fuck up and be like, "Oh my god!" And the parts, but we're gonna go, "Oh my god!" Too. Other people are gonna do it too, even though they're sober because they're
Let me pose this
Star
question.
Wars fans.
We don't know. We don't know how sober they are.
Let me pose this question. What are you guys most excited about for this movie?
The things that I don't know yet.
Okay.
They've
I
shown
think I said
a
it earlier
lot.
before the show. I want to see Vader or Palpatine, not or just somebody
I have a
from back in
theory.
that era. That would be cool.
So we're already very well aware we're going to see the Kessel Run.
Right.
Yeah.
Toys have spoiled that for us as it is labeled. The Falcon is labeled Kessel Run Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
Thanks, toys.
Then that's
Thanks,
okay,
Dick. I didn't
kind
know
of-
that.
Kind of
You're
along
welcome.
the line. I did not know that either, but kind of along the lines with that is every preview I've seen is like so different and shows so much of the movie.
I've stayed away from trailers.
Yeah,
so.
I've only caught them on accident.
Well, okay, so I've caught them. I've caught them with no sound at work. No sound, just walking through work, serving food. But I mean, every scene I'm seeing is new, and I can kind of piece it together. It just seems like a lot.
You know
to
what I can
reveal.
piece together?
I don't know.
That there's somebody other than Harrison Ford playing Han Solo, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like this guy very much, but
We're gonna see.
it's not because I don't.
We're gonna
it's not
see.
Because I want it to be anyone other than Harrison Ford. It's just
He just doesn't
he's
look
the
like
one-
he fits.
He's the one that had to take acting lessons after they hired him. I'm like,
Well,
What?
that was when they still had the original directors. They moved it to what's his name? Happy Days.
Monday, Tuesday, happy
I can't remember his name right now. But he's a phenomenal director. He said after they switched directors and he reshot 80% of the movie, everything went smoothly. Like once he took the helm.
And I'll kind of defend the Star Wars franchise. I mean, look at Rey. Rey literally is nobody. Like the actress who plays her, Daisy Ridley, is no one. She's been in a couple small things. They like taking fresh faces instead of saying like, "Hey, here's this really well-known actor. You're gonna come see it because it's this really well-known actor." Instead, we're gonna give someone a new opportunity to do
Except-
something really good.
Donald Glover, Amelia Clarke,
Oh,
Woody
that-
Harrelson.
Dude,
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson is what I am
Paul Bettany.
super excited for.
Bettany. He was in A Knight's Tale. He plays Vision in the Avengers movies. He was
That guy
voice
whose
of Jarvis.
career
Paul
almost
Bettany. Yeah.
yeah.
Chick from
Yeah, his career almost died. Nobody cared until he started playing Vision, and then suddenly people were like, "Oh yeah, that guy's alive."
Well,
Oh.
before that, he was the voice of Jarvis.
Yeah, but that
Vision.
like whole role is the whole reason why he's still acting. Other than that, he had nothing.
Wimbledon wasn't too.
Nobody cares.
Wimbledon actually won some.
They can't hear you. That's how much they don't care.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
But
I'm
but anyway,
very
my
excited.
whole Harrison Ford comment was total sarcasm. I didn't care.
I saw somewhere where someone said, what'd they say? We wouldn't care if you put Harrison Ford at the age he is now as Han Solo.
Stubbornly trying to be
But
Harrison
the thing
yeah,
is, like,
we just
Harrison Ford
acted.
doesn't want to fucking do it anymore.
No, he didn't. I know.
And that's why he wanted to die in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, he wanted to die before that, and that's why they put him in Kryptonite, because he wanted his character to die, but they were still in talks of possibly trying to get him back because he was still doing work with George Lucas with the Indiana Jones movies. So he was still
And
kind of
the only way he was going to come back for Force Awakens is if he died.
yeah.
So-
That's the only reason he got him back. That's why you have all those scenes where it's like there's this one really famous one. I can't remember if it's Leno or Letterman, where that guy had that like giant Lego Millennium Falcon he was going to show him. He's like, oh, and Harrison Ford
he just drops it.
just throws it and smashes it, and he's like, oh my god, what happened? And this guy like spent like well over a year meticulously building it like on his own.
And he just accidentally drops it.
he doesn't accidentally drop it.
No, it's not accidentally.
But he's all like,
just
oh no, what
he's
happened?
like-
Because he was all like, get this shit out of my face. If you're a true fan, you know how much
Harrison Ford's a
I
dick.
dislike
Yes.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Harrison Ford is a dick.
Yeah, he's a dick, but everybody knows that's a true Star Wars fan knows that Harrison Ford did not like Star Wars.
It was for money.
It was all for money. At first, it was just all like he fit
How
it better.
dare he play a
know.
role that guaranteed him a job for 3 decades.
And it didn't
I don't
guarantee him a
like
job.
Crocs
Dude,
as
everybody
fuck.
knows that Mark Hamill never liked Star Wars either. And then whenever
Oh, that's not true at all.
That's not true. He didn't
He
like.
loves Star Wars.
He didn't
Uh,
like. he didn't
when
like-
it first
he didn't
came
like
out,
Luke very much,
he was
I
all
think.
like, this is dumb.
I don't
He's
know.
like, this
No
isn't
one
going to
really
go
believed-
anywhere. He
no one
liked it
believed
because
that.
it skyrocketed his career into something because he wasn't much of anybody. That's how he got the role of Luke.
That's
Because,
how he got the role of the titular character.
yeah, he read that script and he said, this is garbage, but I need a job. So, okay.
My God, this beer is so good. I'm sad it's gone.
I'm ready for the next one.
I know. I'm sorry. I've been savoring Dick has got quite a bit left.
I do.
I bet he won't finish it.
Zach's got quite a bit left.
I know what
for
you're doing.
having a little
I'm
bit
on
in
to
the
your
first
game.
place.
I don't think he's going to finish it either.
It's
I'm going to start sawing at
he
the
just
wax on
tried
this
that
next
on me,
one.
Austin.
You don't have to finish it if you don't.
I'll try me on you.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't like this one very much, so
Really?
I might actually take it up on the. I'm not going to finish this one and give it to somebody.
I will take a little more in my cup. I don't need all of it. I will take a little more. There you go.
There's a couch guy over here that's looking kind of thirsty.
Here you go, couch guy. You earned this one by being couch guy.
Oh, jinx. How much of this do you want, Luke?
He doesn't.
I don't.
He doesn't. Yeah.
Down the drain, Zach.
My God, that cinnamon is just so awesome in it.
I think that's what killed it for me.
Really? That's what
The
makes
flavor,
it
the
for me.
overall flavor itself killed it for me. Like I said, it was really smooth. I enjoyed that factor, and the fact that it's easy to drink.
That was fantastic.
I did. Get
I
some
really enjoyed
tangerine on
mine,
that
but-
little burp though.
Sorry to interrupt, Nick.
I'm so glad I could figure that out.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
saying,
Maybe
it's time for us to
maybe
jump
there's a
into the final
science.
beer of the night. The marshmallow hanji. Anyone here ever got a hanji with marshmallows?
I want to now.
Speaking of weird things with marshmallows, this lady at work was telling me about how when she feeds her dog marshmallows, it will not use its teeth to chew it, so it uses lips only. So it just sit there with the front of its mouth just lipping it.
This just in, guys. Brett is on his way over.
Yes, he is.
I just got your text to the group.
Yeah, that's.
I'm on my way over.
Well, fuck you, phone. Fucking piece of shit. Because I definitely made it here.
Holy
before
shit, you're
all of
here.
you.
You made it.
I did. I made it. I made it before
Oh
all
fuck
of you
yeah!
fucks, and I
Natty
brought
Ice,
food.
4 for 4 on the wax caps.
Who cares?
This is a fucking trooper.
Brett and I smashed some fucking bacon.
bacon cheese skins, and you did not partake in the this giant stuffed mushroom.
Because since this is Nick's variant, I'll go ahead and let him do the honors of pouring it out for us.
Ooh, we should rinse glasses.
Quickly.
I don't
Quickly.
want that. I don't want
Hurry,
that
hurry,
cinnamon
hurry.
flavor.
Please, please, please.
I didn't expect this episode to last so long. We're really cutting it close. We're going to finish these beers and run on down the road.
Run, run, run.
That is kind of exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. Hopefully we can finish them within the next 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be fine. We'll be good. All good.
Disney signs deal to rebrand major stadium as Marvel Stadium.
What?
Comicbook.com. They're usually pretty accurate.
Comic book.
How do you guys feel about Comcast moving in for the Fox grab?
What?
Comcast has offered a cash deal with to buy the Fox properties over Disney.
Fuck Comcast.
That's what I'm saying.
If they treat that anyway like they treat everything else that they own, it's going to be total fucking trash. Ooh. I am super excited about this one. I've heard good things about it. Like I've heard like campfire tales and
I
all
heard that
kinds
this
of.
was the one that people were really seeking this year. This one and the chemtrail.
Yeah, I heard that too. And then I was like,
Or no, last year. It was last year. This was the most rare of the batch. And dude was telling me that guy in front of him got it, and he had someone offer him $800.
yeah, I heard
right
that
out
too.
the gate.
I heard
And
we like when we were there. I heard somebody. We were talking about it. Somebody had already paid $400 for a bottle of this.
Jesus, man. If someone would have offered me $200 for that tequila, I would have taken it. I would have absolutely taken it.
Like I feel like if somebody offered me like a significant amount, like I would have taken 3 for mine because like I had a good idea about the rarity of it and that it was going to be more of the higher sought after beers, especially because a lot of craft beer drinkers, especially ones that are, stout fans love the coffee stuff.
Yes.
So I knew it was going to be more of a higher end one. But then when I got it, I was like, I just want to get this to the car and get back in here and drink.
This one smells like an ass kicker.
Smells kind of like the regular, like the original. I don't smell much difference, honestly.
Just
Oh no!
It's toasty. It's toasty.
I put my nose in it and I can smell the sweetness of that marshmallow. You got to dip in deep.
Oh yes.
all right.
It's there.
The final one of the night.
Final clink.
It's the final.
Yee.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my
That
god!
is marshmallowy.
Dude,
How do they do that?
Holy
This
cow!
Damn.
That is
this takes the fucking cake for
that
me.
that is that campfire marshmallow shit that I was
I need
told
a
about.
s'mores to go with this.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is that like
Yeah.
s'mores campfire beer. You have
I'm sure we
this,
could put these
smash
in
in
the
some
fridge
s'mores,
and
and
save
just.
for after the movie and just
Get s'mores.
get some s'mores and roast them over a couch.
We should get some s'more of this.
I'm not sure how safe that is for our health, but
Indiana.
welcome
We've
to
done
Indiana.
so much worse for our health. I think that's going to be on
That's-
the lighter side. Where
That's
people are going to be
heritage as
like,
fuck.
well, they ate couch s'mores. What? Couch s'mores?
Is that where we sit on the couch while it's on fire? And
We deep fry some couches with a flare, and roasted up some marshmallows over a fucking burning couch fire.
Please explain this to your group leader tomorrow.
Me?
Yeah.
couch s'mores.
If I talk to him.
I'd like to tell you about a Hoosier tradition.
Tom is your group leader, right?
Yes, Tom
Okay.
is my group
Oh,
leader.
okay.
He's technically right now he's still in training because he's new to trim shop.
Yeah.
So he's learning all the nuances and little.
Tom, for those who don't know, Tom was my group leader for the longest time. Great dude, very laid back and hands off.
Yeah, he's
Enjoy.
every time I've had like pretty much only like one thing that was like real troublesome and problem for me, and he was just like, "Well, here, let me pull you aside and I'll talk to you and I'll tell you how to work this out. And if you can't get it on your own, we'll sit down together and I'll help you work it out." And I'm like,
SIA dudes doing SIA
Oh, yeah.
things.
It's like,
talking
holy
about
Best group
SIA
leader I ever
stuff.
had.
This is not an SIA podcast.
Yeah.
That guy likes to party, or he used to.
I'm sure no one knows Tom.
He can
or
tell
gives
you
a
some party
fuck about
stories,
how
man.
laid back he is.
but everybody understands having a cool ass fucking boss.
Yes.
That's true.
Mine is cool. She buys me awesome beer when she finds it, and buys me weed T-shirts and Star
So
Wars
to
condoms.
rewind behind
The good stuff.
what Brett was just bitching about, we were just talking about having a cool boss.
Yeah, honestly.
But
and I want him to
just wanted
understand
make
some
the-
of the things
I
we
just-
do.
I just wanted to make the point that anytime
You just
I'm
wanted
in
to be a prick.
group of
Cool, gotcha.
dudes or people that work
Cool
at
story, bro.
SIA, the
Oh,
only
moving
thing
on.
we
It
talk
becomes an
about
SIA
is
conversation.
SIA.
I understand.
Oh my god!
I get
So
it.
now
At
that-
the
now
bar-
back to
at the
this
bar and
beer.
30 SIA dudes
Bruh,
walk in and they're all
can-
talking about SIA.
No one talked
Watch
over
my
you,
Jordan
Austin.
while I got it too.
No one talked over you. We let you
I
talk
get
back to
it,
SIA.
but
Yeah,
Brett-
but he's the one that was.
But
Let's
Brett-
get back to the beer.
I was saying Michael Jackson.
I get it, though.
Getting back to
To the beer.
This
I
was
need another
fantastic. I
swig.
think everyone's got a sip or two, so it's that time of the night where we decide which one was our favorites. If anyone doesn't know, I'm ready to rock.
Go for it. I want to hear it.
I'm going for that Lounge Against the Macro Machine. That had a little bit of everything in it. I loved it. It was so smooth. If not that, then the Space Force.
Yeah, the Space Force is my number one.
Space Force is
I got to put this at number 2, just because it's got that,
marshmallowy goodness.
that marshmallow goodness. It makes me want to sit around a burning couch fire and have a marshmallow beer on a crisp spring night
We should have
with
thought
my
about
friends.
that. We should-
No.
Spring.
Dongo, what you got?
OG 2018 Dark Lord.
Ooh,
I enjoyed that one.
Nice.
I enjoyed that one. This is this latest one is what's this called
The
again?
marshmallow hangy.
Yes, that's my second. The tequila one, that's dead
Last
last.
place.
Dead last.
Last place.
I feel like. Sorry, Brett, go ahead.
I can. No, it's okay. Go.
I feel like these were split up quite well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
we did them in the proper order. I would say.
Like I just kind of guessed. I'm like, I just figured like that marshmallow and maybe the Space Force would taste closer, and even like the marshmallow and the
tequila
Dark
barrel will
Lord,
be such a
like the OG
difference.
Dark Lord felt like it was gonna
Going
this too.
going
so.
from Dark Lord first to this one last, like this one is definitely the closest to the first one.
Yes,
So
I agree with
it's nice to it's nice to come back to it and actually, so it's
Oh,
something
yeah.
I enjoy.
Just a little bit of difference.
Yeah.
Not
And,
a whole lot. Not too crazy.
And to add in how we started off with the Space Force being 335 of 720, the lounge against the micro machine is macro was 471 of 865. So the it got a little more,
Rare to common.
rare to common, and the marshmallow hanji this one is 290 of 3070.
That's the lowest on the run, though. 290 is the lowest number on the run. Yeah.
One of the many.
Yeah, one of the first of
It's the
many.
first quarter of the batch. So I will say, I got to go with Nick on this one. That lounge was just, that cinnamon just made it for me.
Cinnamon.
And it's very hard to
Cinnamon.
pick between that one and the Space Force because that the cherry coffee is what I got out of that, and it was so good. But yeah, I got to go with the lounge. I'm really glad I didn't sell that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me 3.
I would have not. I was.
I'm
not doing
glad
it
we
for
didn't
other
hold that
ticket
out
price.
either. Like
Yeah.
you
I am
made
glad-
solid points.
I am glad I didn't also. I will say also.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that we drank them all because it was nice having the comparison to each one.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I was really most adamant about with it. Like you made solid points. I thought about it for a while because I couldn't respond to text right away today at work. I could just read them, and I was thinking about it. I was like, that's not a bad idea to spread these out and
Right.
just enjoy them over time. But being able to compare them all like this and have that that solid base with the Dark Lord, and that's one of the things I wanted. I wanted the Dark Lord, just plain Jane 2018 Dark Lord,
That
as a
direct-
base to go against everything
That
else.
direct comparison is definitely what made me okay with it. And I guess I just was worried about how much they actually varied from the original. Because the chemtrail, and I was a little lit. Chemtrail kind of tasted just like the original Dark Lord. Just like the marshmallow hanji.
Yeah,
It's good. You get the marshmallow flavor, but it tastes a lot like the original Dark Lord.
Yeah.
There's not much difference to it. So, that's why I think the other two really stood out for me is because, man,
That's what really caught me on them. Like the Space Force was just like
tangerine. Oh man, yeah.
like
they were very
pouring that Space Force. Like I was smelling it and I was like, holy shit, because I poured the Dark Lord and I'm like, all right, this is all right, this is good, this is smelling familiar, and I drank it and I was like, it was familiar, but it was definitely good this time. It's the first time I had it. I didn't have a very well taught palate for craft beers. And
I'm surprised how sweet it is.
They were all pretty sweet. Yeah.
I would say the lounge is probably the least sweet because of the cinnamon.
So full of flavor that it
Right.
wasn't just bourbon barrel aged,
Right.
like
punching
you in the mouth.
I'm just so surprised that even the original bottle is just, it's got that sweet flavor, and that just isn't what I expect with a Russian stout half the time. But that's why I see why it's voted so highly, is because, yeah, it's that dark ass-kicking beer,
And
but
it-
it's not like you're sipping a bourbon on the rocks. You know,
Yeah,
you
it-
can take a full
it
drink
gives
of.
it gives you all those flavors and notes and everything that you expect from a Russian Imperial, but it sweetens it up to really just roll them all
I
together.
wonder what they do to the original to make it sweet like that.
I couldn't begin to tell you,
Yeah, I don't know.
but
I'm
I
sure
sure as
they
hell enjoyed
don't.
'em.
I'm sure they don't
Yeah.
disclose much information about what goes into it.
no, it's no one's business.
Yeah, they shouldn't
Hate to
let it be.
give the secret away.
Yeah, they shouldn't let anyone have their business.
This was a good experience.
This is
I am
great.
very surprised that you kind of enjoyed yourself.
I always enjoy myself
Well,
here.
enjoyed the beers then.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I did.
Well, we're gonna continue to just jerk each other off with kindnesses even after we hop off the air.
That's why I wore my white shorts.
Because we're going to see Solo, a Star Wars movie, not a Star Wars story.
Which is also a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but we're not going to hear the music. We're not going to hear the opening scroll. Not gonna hear it. Not
You
gonna
don't think
happen.
so?
And with that, boys, are we out?
We're out. Thank you for listening
out,
to another
yeah.
episode of Brews with Dudes. We'll see you next time.